Alrighty, here we go. So, we already made the video about the best 6-inch lift kit for your truck, and that got people asking, what about 4-inch? So, of course, we're gonna dive into that because that's what we do. You guys ask the questions, I answer them, and I try to keep the war in the comments section to a minimum. I'm Fuller from Custom Offsets TV, all on the YouTube, and before we get into it, hit the subscribe button because I desperately want to hit 200K. So I'll start this off similar to how the 6-inch video went by telling you that it's really hard to pinpoint exactly which company makes the best lift kit for your truck because it really depends how you use your truck, and I really don't know you all that well. Yes, you, Steve. I'm not exactly sure what you do with your truck, so I can't just rattle off the top of my head the best kit. Plus, that would make for a really boring video if all I did was list off a part number for the most popular selling kit on the website, which, strangely enough, by the way, if we're talking about just the 4-inch kits, is that the 4-inch rough country kit for the 09 to 2018 two-wheel drive Ram 1500s is the most popular, probably because it's less than $600 for the whole thing, and there's your random fact of the day, I guess. So anyway, here's what I found. When I went through the sales data and I sorted out all 13 brands currently offered for lift kits on the Custom Offsets website, we're gonna touch on just the top 3 companies that are dominating the 4-inch market based on sales. So we've got Rough Country, BDS, and FabTech way ahead of any of the others. One thing I've learned after touring various factories and manufacturers is that the gap in quality is kind of decreasing with all these companies as they grow larger and larger. So nearly everyone is using similar equipment, not the same, but definitely similar. I mean, if you're making the same type of product, you'll need the same type of equipment to produce it. It's just simple math, I guess. The major differences come from engineering, material selection, and the sources of those materials, and what's all included in the kits, as well as final packaging. If you're already bored of listening to me talk, you can just hit the sort by popular button on our website after searching your year, make, and model. But if you're not, I'm about to explain a little bit about each of these brands and the 4-inch kits that they offer so you can make the right choice for your truck. So we'll kick this off with BDS, since they have a reputation for being the top of the line lift kit manufacturer for your typical off-the-shelf retail customers. The most popular BDS 4-inch kit out there is the one for the 14 to 18 GM 1500 trucks, but they do make a 4-inch kit for many makes and models. The kit for the GM trucks comes with standard components you would expect, like the drop cross members, the drop brackets to relocate the front diff, and new knuckles, but it also includes full replacement 4-inch struts to give the proper ride height in the front, and the rear kit provides a 4-inch block to replace the factory 1¼ inch block. The other nice feature is that it comes with a 3-piece skid plate to protect the front of your truck during any off-roading, and you do also get the option to upgrade to the Fox 2.0 shocks, which we recommend to everyone. BDS also offers a 4-inch coilover kit, which I was actually surprised to see as being the second most popular option for 4-inch kits from BDS. I definitely expected to see more of your standard kits just due to the price jump when you step up to a coilover kit. As far as applications go, you'll see BDS offering coilovers for a smaller variety of vehicles in the 4-inch, but for the most part, it'll be on your newer popular trucks like the Ford F-Series trucks and the GM half-ton pickups. Add another 1/2 inch and you'll get a bit more compatibility with the 4.5 inch coilover kits, so that's something to keep in mind. As with any coilover kit, the primary focus is going to be on the coilovers themselves. So for the BDS 4-inch system, these have been specifically engineered as a partnership with Fox Racing to fit the BDS suspension system and feature pre-tuned eye-block coil springs and an external reservoir for increased oil cooling capacity. So these coilovers come preset by factory to the correct ride height right out of the box, so you don't have to worry about complicating the install process. But if you do want to adjust them, you can. I mean, after all, that's kind of the beauty of a coilover setup. You can fine-tune exactly how you want them to perform. To jump to the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Rough Country, which 99.9% of the time will have a lower price point than anyone else on the market for a comparable kit. Out of all the folks who make lift kits, it seems like Rough Country actually has some of the biggest offering to both old trucks and new trucks, whereas others are just making new kits when new trucks are released. Rough Country will actually redesign kits for older trucks and keep improving them over time and add in features when they make new shocks or new coilovers and so on. As far as the most popular 4-inch kit from the guys down in Tennessee, we're going to be looking at the standard 4-inch kit, and they offer it for just about every make and model ever, since that's just what it seems like. They have a 4-inch kit for just about anything. You can search based on what your truck is right on our website to see everything that fits regardless of brand, or if you're curious if they make something for your square body or a Toyota or any other less popular truck out there. But the 4-inch kit achieves lift with typical strut spacers, and then they also include lift knuckles and drop cross members, the front diff drops as well, but it's pretty much all just standard stuff. But standard stuff means standard pricing, and most of these 4-inch kits from Rough Country come in right around $1,000. And I'll let you in on a little hint. If you're curious about 6-inch kits, the prices are almost the same. It's really just personal preference as far as how high you want to go with your truck, but don't feel like you have to go smaller just because of your budget. The third option is one that doesn't get mentioned as much as it should. When I ran the numbers, I was actually surprised to see that FabTech was so high up on the list for a company that doesn't get brought up all that often. The reason FabTech makes the list definitely has a lot to do with prices. The best example I have is the 4-inch kit for the 14 and up GM trucks with Magnerite. So FabTech actually offers a budget kit for these trucks, and they label it as a budget kit, not me, that's just what they call it. It's about $650. $650 for 4-inch lift, it's kind of crazy. So here's the kicker though. You get the strut spacers, and you get new upper control arms, and you get extended range ball joints, but that's really it, other than the taller blocks in the rear. So obviously there are some cons to this, but there's some pros too. With no differential drop, you risk having your CV axles at an angle, which could lead to premature wear, but with no front cross members, that also means that you don't need to cut up your truck, and you could return it to stock if you wanted to, just as easy as you install the kit, which is great if you're not comfortable cutting your truck, or it's a lease and you need to return it back to stock before you turn it in. So for that same truck, they also offer a 4-inch lift with DirtLogic 2.5-inch coilovers for right around $2,300. So don't just rule out FabTech based on their budget kits. They actually have performance kits, they've got uniball kits, coilover kits, an ultimate kit. Basically, they have a kit designed for every budget, and regardless of which one you choose, you can trust that a FabTech kit will hold up. They're still one of the top players in the lifted truck world. So, Steve, if you're still watching, it really comes down to personal preference and how you use your truck. There'll always be cheap options out there, and I guarantee someone has something way outside of your price range, and there isn't really a specific 4-inch lift that's the bee's knees of lift kits, but we do our best to explain them in detail in all of our lifts and levels videos on YouTube. So drop your experience with your lift kit in the comments below, and if you're ready to pick one up for your truck, head up to customoffsets.com/lifts and check out all the different options we offer. If you're having a difficult time finding the exact lift kit you need, just drop your questions in the comments below and we'll throw you a link. Peace.